Big up everyone. What's up? This is Adam 2025 or Adam Valdez. Adam 2025 Football on this channel. Today we're gonna be talking about something. We're gonna be talking about the Campeonato Brazilian Série A or Brazilian League match day 11, and we're also gonna react to the draws that the teams got in the Brazilian Cup or Copa do Brazil and the Copa Libertadores round 16 and even Sudamericana. So as of now, I'm making this video. I will try to do more frequently. I will try to. And why am I doing this? Just for this match day, and it's for many reasons. So yes, as you know, the season ends in Europe as we're going to the international break. As everyone, we all know who they have, obviously. Especially, only me keep an eye on the Brazilian league and no one else talking about it. So why not? And especially, the Brazilian league is going to take a break because of the Club World Cup that is coming up. So yeah, so it matters. Especially, we're going to talk about the Brazilian league generally. We're also going to talk about the form that some of these teams will be going into the Club World Cup, like Flamengo, Palmeiras, Corinthians. No, sorry. Fluminense and Botafogo. We're going to talk about how the form is going. So, what happened in the league. So, big up to everyone. Make sure you smash the like for more Brazilian content. I will do more often since I have more time. So, yeah. You know what to do. Subscribe and all that. Big up. So, okay. So I'm going to share my screen. This is just a video. So, the Brazilian league just wrapped up. Yes, obviously at match day 11. Yep. And these are the final results we're going into. Especially I'm going to get to the Club World Cup topics. So yeah, these were the final games before the international break. So yes, we're going to talk about each of them. And yes, I did watch some of them, but I didn't watch all of them because some of them were happening at the same time, and I kind of was busy. And sorry if I couldn't do a watch along for it. Hold on, I forgot this. Sorry if I couldn't do a watch along for it, guys. But it's because I was busy in these last 2 days. I had to go party. I went to San Jose, the flea market, and all that. So yeah. But yeah, make sure you smash the like, follow all of my social media. You know what's the drill. So yeah, big up. So these are the results that happened. And now, as of now, going into match day 11th, yes, Botafogo has that game in hand because they postponed that mostly because of the. I have no idea, but mostly because of FIFA Club World Cup. But as you guys could see, these games will be postponed. Some of them will be back on June 12th, and then the Brazilian League will just take a break entirely because of whoever's participating in the FIFA Club World Cup, which includes Flamengo, Palmeiras, Botafogo, Fluminense. They're postponing further games, even though these games will be happening. And you know what, guys? We might do a FIFA Club World Cup live stream for every single Brazilian, for those four Brazilian teams. We will, so make sure you show up about it. I will make another video about this. But yes, let's talk about. So going into this, as of now, hold on, where's the freaking standings? As of now, Flamengo, who's in Chelsea's group, and are officially leader. They officially take over the Brazilian league, and they're sitting first by match day 11th, with still 27 more games to play. Flamengo, we're gonna get to it. Palmeiras sitting in first, and now they're in fourth. And we're gonna talk about teams that have done good form, and this is how the Brazilian league table, including Santos Neymar, doing so badly. Fortaleza have been awful. We're gonna talk about them. So yeah. So yes. And we're also gonna talk about the Copa Libertadores and Copa do Brazil draw that just happened. So yeah, let's go by each game. Let's talk about this by Yes on Paulo. So Oh my goodness, I didn't even watch this game, but so yeah, this game started literally after PSG lifted their first ever Champions League trophy in Munich, because this game was at 2:30 p.m. my time, which we all know I live in California, the Pacific time zone, and as of now, 6:30 p.m. Monday, it's about to be 6:30. So yeah, literally a few minutes after PSG lifted the trophy, yes, when they smacked Inter Milan 5-0 because they didn't show up and all that, because PSG wanted it more. This game happened. So it was 0-0 at the first half. It was just usual stuff. And then William Jose at the 53rd minute scored a goal from open play. And yes, he scores, and then I didn't watch this game, so I couldn't comment anything else, and I can't play any of it because I will get copyright, and I'm not gonna get risk about that. So yeah, so William Jose, the ex, you know, Brighton of Spain or Real Sociedad, and forward, and he was at ex Betis for a year, and then he went to like some club in like East Asia or something, or Eastern Europe or something, and he came back to Brazil and he scored two basically. One from open play. I don't know how good the goal was, but he scored a pen, so it might have been good. So there might have been a pen foul or handball build up. And Sao Paulo, they just played ball. They're not interested. And this Sao Paulo team, it's just boring to watch. Like there's nothing interesting from them. They got a pen. So yeah, they might be fighting for lazy pens because we're not doing anything. So yeah, 2-1 just to make it. Even though this game has been, I wouldn't say too bad from a neutral or unexperienced perspective. It looks like a 1-0 to you. Boring. This game was just, I would say, okay, not the best, or maybe. And I'm not saying it's bad. It's just average. So Sao Paulo outshot by one shot. Bahia were the better team at 7 shots on target. 5 of them from play. The goal. Sao Paulo had 4, and obviously Penn. There were only 2 yellow cards. There were funny and never mind. 1 yellow card, 2 yellow cards. A better position, but the better Bahia slightly more. So Bahia wanted this more. So now they go in 6. So fair play to them. They beat Palmeiras 1-0. They could have gone and draw Flamengo. So yeah, this guy is the man of the match. So yeah, this is that's how the first game ended. And okay. So this is how the first game ended. Oh come on, I wanna load this up. Come on. I hope this isn't lagging. Oh dang. Alright, let's go. Let's move on to this Saturday evening fixture. Roscoe 2, Bragantino 2. Oh my days, bro. Vasco da Gama, absolutely what a banter club. Like, they're not serious. Like, listen, they're only here for, like, the pound note, and they're not serious. Like, oh my goodness. I'm, like, Vasco da Gama, look, they had 4 shots on target compared to 3. And yet they let Bragantino score 2, and they didn't want a man mark. And Bragantino just control the ball. Vasco da Gama were not going to do anything. They're not serious. And Vasco da Gama, they're not serious. Very inconsistent, but mostly more consistent being bad. They got everyone. They got Pau Cortino back, who was suspended 2 weeks ago after picking up that red card against Fortaleza, who couldn't play in the derby against Fluminense, and they ended up losing to Bragantino. Yes, Bragantino have been actually having a good start. They're sitting in like obviously third as you guys just watched. They're level on points with Cruzeiro. They bounced back. And yes, they have everyone. Pablo Rivechi. What has he's done? Nothing. What has he done? It just didn't work. And like I don't know, Vasco Gama, they're just not serious, Carl. It looks like there's nothing serious. Vasco are not serious, but they literally they only showed all their hearts to show a very passionate game against Flamengo, and that's it. Not even Fluminense, because they've always found a way to either bottle it or just lose, do the ridiculous. That's how absolutely very inconsistent for Vasco da Gama. They deserve the spoons at this point. So yeah, Vasco da Gama, they've been horrible, absolutely horrible. This game happened around 7 a.m. Sunday, and like all I gotta say, obviously I didn't watch this game, but there was a penalty given for them. I see, so you could see all the shots possession. Shit, Ronaldo De Silva took the pen probably very well. Sporting Reflect. So they had the same number of shots on target. So yeah, this game, obviously both of them coming back from the Serie B. This feels like an average Serie B game. It felt like a no draw. Like no one was like trying like 100% or taking it. So this feels like a no draw or 1-1 draw. It should have been, especially from open play. But yes, it was just a penalty. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say anything. I'm not saying anything about that. It's just not a lot of action activity. But yeah, I don't know most of their players, which I am trying. Walter, the keeper, probably keepers did had a great game. Probably Christian Rivera. I think I know this guy because he played for Cholos in Mexico, Colombian. So yeah, nothing too much about this game. So yeah, and then we also have a derby, an in-state derby from Granacho, or where the state of Rio de Granada Sul. So Grandview beat UB 2-0. March the penalty, Christian Oliveira from open play, 2-0. They controlled the ball, and yeah, they beat them 2-0. And they thought they could say Forza UB2B, but no, just couldn't do anything. Of course, Gremio was the slightly better team. They had 9 shots on target, so it should have been 3 or 4-0. 5 shots. It should the fairest result, probably the best result of this game is probably 4-1, I would say, or 3-1 or something, just to make it more because I think. But yeah, apparently one, apparently yeah. So playing Cristiano play Oliveira with the goal, who I think who was at LAFC. There's Thiago Volpe ex to Luca. Is this the guy? Is he actually from? Yes. Oh yes, that's the guy that scored against USA in the group stage. Yes, he scored that great goal. So yeah, they won the derby fair and square. And yes, this game was alright. I watched a little bit because there was another game I want to talk about. They brought on those substitutions. Um, this is what it really looked like. And UV2, they just didn't have a 100% answer, or they were just not clinical. And yeah, I guess moving on, I want to talk about this game. All right, hold on. All right, let's talk about this game. Santos 0, Botafogo 1. And this is the game you guys will be finding interesting. Botafogo got 3 points away at Santos at their stadium. What's their stadium called again? Série, which where the Dolphins live. And as of now, Botafogo, yeah, they're sitting ninth. Um, guess what? We actually had this dude, Neymar. Um, unfortunately, yes, Neymar, stinker, and hooked. Sadly, because I'm gonna explain why. But yes, Botafogo got a 1-0 win at Santos. Victor's going. But you know what happened? So it was 0-0 for 70 minutes. These two teams were kind of playing competitive. But Santos, they were the better team in my opinion, especially throughout 60 minutes. They were actually trying 4 shots on target, 3 shots on target. They had the better possession. They did have less possession. They know to they just couldn't do it. And now, unfortunately, So yeah, they were getting closer and closer and closer. Neymar was playing all right. He was linking up play. He was trying to do the transitions in the right way, but unfortunately, he decided do it. Unfortunately, what a Rungan would do. Oh, the hand of God. Basically, he found space, but guess what? He didn't want to head it in. He actually just handed the ball, and he already knew he got a touch to it. He pushed it in. It's in the back of the net, and then the people were celebrating the goal, saying Neymar scored his first goal from open play in the Brasileiro and sets his return. No. Instead, and he was already on a yellow card, which means, second yellow, which means red card. Neymar expulso. Neymar sent off 1 day after his former club, PSG, dunk on Inter Milan and win the Champions League without him. Just like how Club America have to suffer this week as well. They are among the biggest losers this week, especially. Oh my days, bro. And I know he will be in our Seleção. Obviously, he will be our main guy for our upcoming game against Ecuador and Paraguay. But, bro, you need to actually stop. I mean, well, but, like, in case you need to be professional, there's no time, unfortunately, to play these games. Unfortunately, yes. Neymar, I don't know, bro. Like, I still like you, but like, you're gonna have to hold smoke when the banter happens, because it feels like you're not serious. And I think I'm not saying he is ruining his legacy or not, but you need to hold smoke. Neymar got sent off, and then 10 minutes later, they gave Santos backline parked the bus, and they gave up a goal. I forgot that defender. Um, he got. I think it was a corner, and then it was like a power shot, and they couldn't make it. They couldn't hold on, and they ended up losing the game 1-0, all because of Neymar. Oh my! And this was the third shot on target, and it went in from open play. And Neymar is at fault for this game. Yes, absolutely, bro. Oh my days. Neymar, you are getting cooked, bro. Hold on, can I press on it? Yeah, so these were the substitutes for Botafogo. David Washington, by the way, who was at Chelsea. Chelsea is even though he wasn't used as much, he did play, by the way. If you're asking anybody, especially you, Mike, or DJ, or any Chelsea fan, big up to you, by the way. Yes, and they also but yeah, they didn't do anything, especially the red card. But Neymar, it's tough, bro. You absolutely gonna have to hold that. You're gonna have to hold it. Oh my! This is his first red card since I think back since I think last year. No, sorry, 2022. Right after the World Cup when he was at PSG, the last few days of December, he got a red card. I forgot who. I think it was against Strasbourg or something, but he got sent off. I think it was a harsh challenge. But yeah, oh my days, bro. The Bailada is not there, bro. But yeah, this was the big story, and people are laughing. So, all right, you know what? We're gonna before we talk about the Club World Cup opponents. Yes, if you're an Atletico Madrid fan, Seattle Sounder fan, and that another club that's in with Botafogo in the group stage, and oh no, yeah, PSG. Yes, of course. Why not? Yes, they guess what? PSG fans, you can plow Botafogo before they give you 3 points of how to, mock Neymar after he leaves your club and wins it and he gets embarrassed himself. So applaud to that. I hope Atletico Madrid is keeping an eye on it. And yes, Seattle Sounders, they've been crap. I heard they lost this weekend, so it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I don't know, but Botafogo, they'll have to. Their best bet is to somehow knock Atletico Madrid out because they're not beating PSG. All right, let's go to this game. Let's go to real quick versus Atletico Mineiro. Well, there isn't really much to talk about. I think both teams did okay, I guess. Atletico Mineiro having the better shots. I know nobody wanted them more because they just want to defend and all that. So yeah, it ended 1-0 Atletico Mineiro. Running scored the 78th minute. I think parking the bus and they couldn't hold on. He was unmarked, and I didn't watch the goal because I think there were another games happening at the same time. But yeah, 78 minutes goal. And at the end, Larson got sent off with red card challenge. I don't know how he got sent off. I'll have to watch the tackle. Oh, it was a second yellow. And yeah, the game was over because we all know Gerso didn't have quality to pressure them. Raul was out anyway. Goes off. So yeah, there wasn't enough pressure. The pressure. So yeah, he scores from open play. Yes, and he was at Palmeiras. That's true. So yeah, he scores for Atletico Mineiro 1-0, and the game was wrapped up. There isn't much to say. This was a neat 3 points for them. So yeah, and let's talk about this game real quick. Corinthians, hey Mr. Joshua J. Corinthians 0, Victoria 0. What a haram boring ass game. What a boring game, bro. Like, you know what? At this point, Roger, like, you know what? This is why this has been a boring game. Do I think they played bad? Unfortunately, it kind of does. I mean, I'm not saying correct. Both teams were looking for a goal, but there wasn't enough pressure shot. And you know what? This was boring. This feels like this game never happened. 0-0. What a haram show from David All Jr. breaking records, and now they're sitting in the 11th with who lost to Atletico Mineiro, who had the opportunity. It's embarrassing, bro. Even drawing 0-0 for Atletico Mineiro. Atletico Mineiro should have beaten you then. This was haram ball. And Corinthians, things are getting worse for David All Jr. Corinthians, their downfall is coming back up, just like Valencia. They're doing it. They could get rid. I wouldn't be that surprised. But yeah, they may be not as cooked as Santos, but they're doing bad. São Paulo are doing bad. And yes, and Palmeiras, they had that great start, and now they're not doing so well either. And now Corinthians, they're not doing good. They're not doing good. 3 shots on target too. It's embarrassing. And my response, the Corinthians arena, yes. And this is why this bum, oh my goodness, this bum needs to get off managing. Look, this bum, this Peter Griffin got dumped 4-1 in Argentina, and we never let him, and we still let him come back with his own, just leaving him there instead of. It's embarrassing. Now Corinthians have to suffer. All those Corinthianos, I don't know, man. You have to protest your owners. It's just not sustainable. And Corinthians, you're not in the Club World Cup. There's nothing. So yeah, and I don't know, I'll be asking, but yes, So all right, let's go to this game. What a haram ball from Corinthians. Atención, attention, all Chelsea fans, all LAFC fans, who congratulations on your win against Club America. That 2-1 win. And who else is in that group? Oh yeah, the Tunisian team. Or North Africa, the team from North Africa, Tunisia. ST Tunisian. So Flamengo absolutely played great football yesterday. They've destroyed Fortaleza 5-0. Yes, just like Cruz Azul and PSG or PSG did in the final. We see another 5-0 spanking, even though this was not a final or for a trophy since it's still early in the league, not even heading to the middle of the league. 5-0. Flamengo had 13 shots on target, Fortaleza 3. They defended well. And yes, they scored bangers. Vascaeta is leading the goal scoring for Flamengo. He's been doing good. Weberton, the two Araujo, Everton Araujo, Luis Araujo, all getting goals. Michael, and yes, they absolutely destroyed Fortaleza 5-0. Sorry about that. Because, but still, but yes, they destroyed them 5-0. And like, yes, there was only two yellow cards in this game. Fortaleza had four corners. There wasn't doing much. And Fortaleza, you could say they were poor. Losing 5-0 is embarrassing. And yes, unfortunately, they got shoved in Fortaleza. This is such a humiliating result. And if you're a Chelsea fan, maybe maybe you shouldn't be underestimating Flamengo. LAFC, you barely got the job done against Club America, and Flamengo are much even greater threat team and a greater threat. So I hope you guys are watching. If you're those two fan base, including the Tunisian club, even though, like I said, I don't know about that club because they don't broadcast these games, so it's very hard to know about these teams. But give me a sec. You know what, guys? Sorry about this. As of this recording, I have to go in a few minutes. God dang it. So I might have to drop the Copa Libertadores and round of 16 draws um tomorrow. I'll have to do it tomorrow. Or I might have to make a stream about it. But yeah, but yeah, but yeah, if you're watching this, Chelsea fans, you hopefully you guys are aware. Big ups to you guys as well. All right, let's go to this absolutely. This was a huge game. Let's go to the Manado area. Cruzeiro 2, Palmeiras 1. It's kind of like an upset, and Cruzeiro gets the victory. The Foxes got the win against the Pigs 2-1. The same scoreline as they beat Flamengo. Last minute winner from Gabriel Barbosa with a penalty kick. But this one was crucial. Cruzeiro went 2-0 up in the first 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 5 minutes. Because they got with two set pieces. I think it was a corner. And just scored. And then he scored again from a free kick to set piece to head it in. 2-0 up. And then the fans were going crazy. And then obviously once 2-0 goes up, it slows down. And it remained 2-0. And Cruzeiro, they had chances to make it 3-0. Gabriel. And listen, Palmeiras, they were still in the better team. They wanted to possess. They had 5 shots on target, including 2 last shots, because Palmeiras, the way that Cruzeiro defended like foxes, they actually did it the right way, and they've done it. They've man marked everything. They've showed all their passion. And once it was the 86 minutes, it was the best time to concede to Palmeiras. And yes, they did concede another shot on target, which the goalkeeper, what's his name? Carson made a big save. Ave, or actually had it in his hands. And yeah, it remained 2-1. And Cruzeiro gets the victory. And we're going to talk about Esteval Williams, who will be going to Chelsea. And unfortunately, Allen. So yeah, Allen got one back as a substitution. He got the goal from to head it in. into the box, and yes, he was subbed out. So yeah, Cruzeiro obviously good performance. Gabriel Barbosa did much. He had the opportunity and he skied it, and then there were a couple chances they just sky it over the top. That could have been 3-0, and ever since that, they parked the bus, and yes, they got the job done in the right way, just barely about. I would say everyone but Palmeiras, the first half was poor. Richard Rios was poor. Esteval Williams, sadly, not a, I wouldn't say good performance, but, or not so good performance. I'm not saying bad, but disappointing. He got booked for yellow card. They complained for the ref. And yes, and he will have to deal with the pressure at Chelsea because remember, this is Esteval Williams' last Brasileiro game until he returns. So yeah, they even made a compilation, Big Up CFC Nathan, even though I'm not gonna play that, so I don't get copyrighted. So yeah, obviously Esteban Williams is now 18 years old. His birthday was damn it, they're calling. Esperate. Give me a sec. Oh my goodness, yeah, I gotta wrap this video up. For fuck's sakes. So yeah, unfortunately, it's been a frustrating day for Palmeiras. And don't think you gotta play Martinez and hey, Mauricio's alright. Just gonna get enough. But yeah, Joe Martin Lopez got it. Victor Roque came on, did nothing. He was fouling players. He got fouled. And yes, it ended 2-1. Ferreira loses 2-1 after. So back to back, back to back defeats in the league. They lost 2-0 to Flamengo last week. And now they've lost 2-1 to Cruzeiro away. So it's been tough for Ferreira on his side, especially Esteval leaving. So yeah. So yeah, especially if you're aware, if you're a Lionel Messi Inter Miami fan or Porto fan in Portugal or that another club, Al Ahly from Egypt. So I hope you guys are aware if you're wondering those fans. So big up to you because this matters, this benefit you because you're playing them. But yeah, the Pigs didn't do anything. And let's go to this last game. Internacional 0, Fluminense 2. In my opinion, I mean this game was alright, but I watched second half because of that Cruzeiro game. And yes, Internacional, they have been doing not so good recently. Their form has dropped off recently in the last 6 weeks, and yes, they have dropped off. They lose 2-0 Fluminense. They've continued to keep, and yes, and once they knew they had no answer, yes, they didn't. And I don't know what's the manager. Bruno Enrique did nothing, and I know I didn't watch this full game. Alan Patrick looks frustrated. But yes, Vitinho. But yeah, everyone looks frustrated, including Wesley from Internacional. They all look frustrated. Fluminense, they had to calm, controls the ball. Thiago Silva doing his job as always. He had a great performance. Martinelli, just like that, Martinelli could have done better. Yep. But yeah, they came off the bench and scored the goal from open play. Paulo, what's his name? So yeah, so from Fluminense, so yep, as they don't have John Kennedy back. So I think he's staying in Pachuca for another season, so he won't go for. Oh yeah, because Pachuca and Fluminense are in the Club World Cup, different groups. But yeah, the one player they had. So as they're bringing another Brazil, but yeah, that's different. But yeah, that's there. But yes, so this game ended 2-0. Let's International for, but they were frustrated. They gave them so much space. It's just kind of a little bit embarrassing. Now they're sitting in 14th. They've been doing poorly. Look at this. Last 5 games, no win. Internacional have been poor, and they're not going to play anything. I don't know. We got to keep an eye on it. And let's not forget, Internacional has Flamengo in the round of 16. And Fluminense. They got to play both Rio de Janeiro teams. They got And guess what? The first leg is at home. They got to play both Fluminense and Flamengo in the round of 16 of the and Copa Libertadores and Copa do Brazil. And this is why you gotta see that these represent. Oh my goodness! I know they keep going my name. So yeah, that's how it wrapped up. And yeah, so big up to everyone. I could have done. I'll do another video later. So thanks for watching. What are your thoughts in the comments? So big up to everyone.